Morning, Sty, Planet Mosh. 10 o'clock, first beer of the day. Just bumped into Master Charger, who let me down yesterday for interview. But we've got to the bottom of that, haven't we? We got to the bottom of that.
We have, yes.
Welcome, thanks for doing this.
No worries.
From Nottingham.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Anywhere near Bramcote?
Bramcote?
Too far. We're Junction 28 we are, so...
Yeah, Sherwin Arms.
Yeah.
My uncle lived in Bramcote. We used to frequent in the Sherwin Arms, yeah.
There you go.
And legend has it, the post office next door was owned by Brian Clough's brother.
There you go. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
you know more about it than me then.
Right.
Nottingham brethren, you don't even live there, but that's great. You fucking... you know more than me. I'll drink to that.
That's all I know.
Actually, we might not answer this question, you know, Nottingham. We're at the bloody old Albert's bar, because we've never heard of it.
No idea. You're playing there, are you?
No, but we've never heard of it. It's
no idea.
Sorry
about that. Maybe not as much as I should do, but there you go.
Well, you know more than me still. Go on then.
Anyway, formed 2009, is that right?
We formed 2006.
Right, okay.
Right, it's a long thing.
John's formed and has been forming since.
I'm still original member, but these guys, actually this is an MC, so when did you join?
I've been in band 7 years.
So from 7 years ago it's been this line, so this is it, yeah. We've been good 7 years.
And you've got this like 60s, 70s sort of lazy sort of rock thing going on, haven't you? I like it.
Yeah, but it's becoming different because I think what we've done, I think I'm probably going to rewrite Biog because it's as we've gone along and different members have come, like we've got John, Kirk, drummer, and Dave, who I went to school with. I mean, John's brought a freshness to the sound. I think what we've done now is we've tried to move away, not fully from that, but we're actually just trying to focus on getting his own sound and his own tone, and we want to be a band that when somebody hears us, because that's a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, you can only do so much within a genre.
Yeah.
But we want to be a band that when people hear it, go, fucking hell, that's Master Charger.
Yeah.
You know, so it's easily identifiable and recognisable.
Well, I'll be honest, I think you're sort of getting towards that. I did some homework and watched some videos of you on YouTube, and the first thing was Black Sabbath, but the next thing I watched was like Master Charger.
Yeah, because the initial thing was, and I mean, I'm a Sabbath like Dave is. I am born and bred to Black Sabbath, and I am, and I'm never going to lie about that. But what Sabbath did, when you look at what Sabbath did, they came along, and they didn't copy anyone. Sabbath were just Sabbath.
Yeah.
There's no fucking mistake in Sabbath, and I wanted that for us, so I didn't want to be another clone. So yeah, we took that and we've worked towards, and this new album that we're doing now is more about being identifiable as a band rather than ripping anyone off. So we take a lot of influences.
Yesterday, didn't we, that?
Yeah.
You can't really not sound like anyone that. It's all been done and there's nowhere to go.
But what you can do is you can at least have your own stamp on it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do.
I think whatever band you're in, somebody will always try and tag you to somebody else, won't they, that's done something similar. I mean, I hear lots of Caius.
Yeah, because like it's again.
I love Caius.
I follow that stuff, but then you've got like John there, who's like he likes like Lamb of God and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm a Pantera fan, so mine and John's music does cross a little bit. And so does me and Dave because we went to school together. So we I've got the classic stuff going on, the great stuff, all the good stuff, and then the best stuff. I mean, I'm more of a 90s death metal freak as well, and black metal. So it's like, you know, early Entombed, early Dismember, and stuff like that. Bands that were identifiable, that were different from the American thing. So I'm like more in tune with what I think we should be. So rather than become another clone of somebody, it's like taking everybody's influences, and Motorhead and Sabbath and the early sort of like Skogsberg sound from Sweden, if you will. But it's like shoving it in a fuzzy tone, and I'm like big Caius and Stoner fan, you know, all that sort of stuff, and Doom. It's everything just put in a boiling pot, and what we've done, we've just gone, tell you what, take this and just like turn it on its head and just become us. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
What I like about Unity in black is the mixing. It's like an outdated mixing. It's like
We like analog.
we've tried
vintage
to get
mixing,
as
isn't it?
much
And I like
analog
that
as we
sound.
can out
Yeah.
of digital,
Yeah.
which is weird because you can't. There's not many studios now do tape to tape, so I mean, the new album will be quite interesting because it's the first time we'll have ever used a proper studio
What the hell?
because we've done everything DIY in our own shed. Weirdly.
Yeah. At the same time, we want that analog tone to it again. So
It is. It sort of it gives it that vintage feel to me.
yeah,
And I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
And it needs that
Yeah.
warmth.
it'd be
Yeah.
nice to hear it on vinyl.
Yeah. It's that retro sort of feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
we keep trying for that, and hopefully we'll get that with this
Yeah.
new album. Even though we're using a proper studio,
Yeah.
which will
So
we didn't
which will
get
show
that-
every
we didn't-
fault.
We didn't get that sound with. We didn't get that sound with Eroding, but I think it with a key change probably didn't help either.
No, because we went back down
Yeah.
to
That's
A.
C standard and first album's A standard, which we're playing live now. So
I was just going to say, tell us a bit about Eroding Empires. Like
yeah.
that's your latest one, isn't it?
It
That's
was the
the
last album
isn't
we
it?
did
Yeah.
until we did one for Sorrow EP. But Eroding Empires is
A bit of a melting pot, really.
yeah, it's not my favourite album. I think there's some standout tracks. It was a point where Master Charger were pretty much done. I was looking to fold it up.
Really?
And put it away for good, yeah. And the only reason why it still survives to this day is because we couldn't find a new name for a band. And Master Charger already got some foundations, but the issue was, at the time, we were struggling for a drummer, looking for a drummer, and John came into the fold. He was drumming in a room on his own. This was weird because we crossed paths a long time before. I was in a death metal band called Evoke. He was in a real sort of heavy deathcore band called Gods to Fall, and we'd played on the same bills together. And then I think the first Master Charger gig we did when we were a 5-piece originally, because I think we thought we were Skinner or something. I don't know. and they played, I think, your last gig, maybe, and then everything went away for a while, and we carried on doing what we were doing, and then we started losing members because it doesn't like that many members. And myself and the original, well, he's not original, but second bass player at the time, Kev Wayne, we were without a drummer, and we were just writing new material. And I says, oh, let's fucking do a new band. We'll find a drummer. And weirdly, we went to a rehearsal space, started jamming together, and then the guy at the rehearsal space, Steve, what's his name is, he says, he's not dead, Steve Davis, his name is, he says, I've got a drummer across from me in another room, he's been drumming on his own for a while. Maybe you should meet him. So of course I went over, we knew each other, and I says, well, how do you fancy playing in something that's a little bit sort of Sabbath meets early Metallica, I suppose, and Motorhead. I tried to sell it to him because I was like, fucking hell. And he goes, oh, I'll move my kit over, then we'll have a jam. It's just, I'm trying to even recollect this, and then he goes, yeah, it's all right. Probably do it for a while. I wanted to do something different. This was John, and here we are. So we're still doing it, and we couldn't find a name for the band. We'd written pretty much half of Eroding Empire anyway. And the problem with Eroding for me is half of it is like
There's 6-7 people's influences on it.
yeah,
not just the 3, so.
yeah, because we had more members come and go then throughout, guitarists, different guitarists.
Not all bad from that, but at the same time, not exactly us.
What you want, and I think it's become a mishmash. So half of it's very, very. I think some of it's radio friendly, and you could like, I don't know, a little bit commercial, and then other half of it's like in the foothold of where we want to be. So it's very. I think if you took 4 tracks out of that album,
which were again were initial idea, and we just got greedy and recorded everything we had.
I think it could be a different thing entirely, but.
It's our history.
We're not
Yeah.
playing it too
Part of
far down,
history.
'cause we still
Yeah,
sell
well,
it.
yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
You know, it's a learning curve. Don't fucking do that again.
Fat Angel Management.
Yep.
They look at. Do they just do all like your logistical side?
Well, as you can see, they're mega organised. That's why we're doing this interview right now. We've got the times and the days bang on.
Look at him. Look at the
Well done.
questions. Are you looking at the questions there?
Yeah. Logistical side, yeah.
But you see, some of these questions were to talk about. We were meant to interview before you went on.
Yeah.
So some of these are in
Well, now you
tense
get some.
before.
Now you get some after stuff, so that's
See,
good.
what's in store tonight?
Well, I'll tell you
now,
what we
is it?
installed
We're
last
gonna
night. We'll
smash
go
it.
through that. We'll play and then get pissed, and more pissed than ever. But no, Fat Angel. Oh yeah. Dan looks after us, as you can see. This is why we're doing this interview now.
We'll send him this.
He's doing a good job, bless
You
him.
know he is.
Yeah,
But
Dan
you
goes on
know. I don't think we would have been talking to you now if it weren't for Fat Angel. So I've got to say that is a good thing. And we've been. I mean, we did HRH chapter 3. We've done this, as you know, and
Stone Dooner.
now we've got Stoner and Doom, and there's a few other bits and pieces that we have got on his own. But yeah, they've helped us.
Yeah.
They've helped escalate MC. So yeah,
It's they're great festivals because I mean there's a lot of bands I've never heard of, you included, but now I have. I'll listen to your stuff, and if you ever come in the area again, I'll be there.
Yep. Well.
You know, and that's what these festivals are good at, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what they are good at.
Yeah.
They're bringing up and coming bands and
Yeah.
they're actually expressing there are other bands that you've never heard of, and you go and see it and
Yeah.
like, wow.
They're giving people a chance, aren't they?
Yeah,
You know,
you
which is
give
what you
bands a
need.
chance.
Yeah.
So they're big ones.
Yeah,
And of course,
yeah.
and of course, what you see with us is what you get. This is it. There's no false things. We're the kind of people, you know. We'll play and then we'll go down into bar and we'll just drink and.
Yeah.
It's still good though, no matter where
Say,
these
yeah,
events seem
right.
to be in country, that you still meet plenty of people that you know
Yeah,
through this scene.
yeah.
It's a good community, I think.
It's
Great, I love it. Well, lads, thanks very much.
That is.
Better late than never.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
No,
for that.
nice to meet you.
Cheers, yeah. Nice to meet you, man. Cheers.